Okay, I'm out on a walk by myself, and I just figured I'd take some time. Well, heaven knows I'd rather be out with friends right now. Everybody's really busy this week, though, and I totally understand that. I just need to. I'm getting into bad habits where I just let the media life zuck me in, which is why I'm going for a walk now. One of the best things I can do. And I've actually been doing this the past couple days. I've been walking a lot every single day, and I've been getting a lot of exercise out of it, so I guess that's good. And I've mainly been listening to music while I've just been walking down here. It's a little relaxing for me. And I usually like to, I put in my earbuds sometimes, but it's not really as connecting as I like to be. So I normally, or sometimes I just like to switch it up and play it on my phone. Because even though I can put in my earbuds and make it so I can hear people when I'm walking around, it doesn't necessarily get people to, it's not inviting when you see earbuds in people's ears, or you think they're busy doing their own thing, so you're not really going to talk to them. That's what I think when I see people with earbuds. I just let them do their own thing, or like, because I'm always talking to random strangers or just trying to meet people anyways. So that's one thing that I've noticed, at least. And I'm just trying to be present, even if I haven't exactly talked to a billion people today. I'm not worried about it. Well, I don't know if that's not honestly true, but the only way you're going to go out and find connection with people is not by staying indoors all day. And so that's why sometimes I'll just go sit in the middle of campus. I have an unruly amount of free time right now. And this is a better way to spend it right now, is what I'm doing. Just finding a spot for me to go and clear my head, or even just take alone time to myself. And that's why sometimes, I've been leaving my phone at home at a handful of moments, just so I'm able to get off of my phone. Because heaven knows it's actually like a really big issue that people are dealing with these days. And I think that's one of the biggest ones, actually, is just technology addiction. I'm struggling with that right now. All the time. And I literally, it was weird because I was looking on YouTube and I saw this video it like kind of called me out too. It said like, you're falling back into like old plans or something like that. It was like, I couldn't tell if I was supposed to get like the cringe feeling out of it or what exactly. Because no, sorry, I'm like half saying it, but I'm not thinking what I'm saying. So I didn't know if I was supposed to cringe because the music, it seemed like so cliche for somebody to sit in front of you, pull it on some Taylor Swift that'll absolutely change your life, and then tell you something that's supposedly gonna stick with you forever. But it actually kind of was thought-provoking, and I'm literally just sitting by a tree now. This is Just a good spot to think. Probably be here. I might listen to some music. And who knows? Well, I don't know if I'll record more after this today. We'll have to see. It never hurts. And I'm actually really happy with this because this is like my long form of content here. I don't want to pull that bush out. I know I split leaves a lot, or like I'll find dead ones like this, and then it has that line in the middle, and you can literally just work it down all the way to the side of the stem. It even pulls a little bit of it off. And I think you can do this with the veins of it too, that seep out from the middle. So you eventually start taking the whole thing apart. It's like a puzzle. That's what it reminds me of when you're doing it. Dude, I thought that was like an alarm that was going off. It sounded like some siren, but it was just a motorcycle. I'm getting in my head, bro. See, this is like oddly satisfying to me. I didn't get it there. I kind of messed it up. But you can kind of see what I mean. And whenever I'm sitting out in the forest or just by some trees like this, I'll end up doing that myself, and I'll pick up ones that I just find around. Even when I'm out with people, I find myself doing it, and I don't even think about it. I don't know if that's cool or not, or like anything that's supposed to be thought-provoking about it. I just think it's so oddly specific that things were made like this, and that it literally has these creases. Those are like tiny, are they like tiny branches that come out from it? It's just like little bones of the leaf or something like that. See, I can talk for a long time. I know I can talk as long as I want to. And sometimes I guess the videos just go by, and I do mean everything I say. But sometimes it's easy to get into routines where, okay, all I need to do is get over a minute video and then just put that out on the internet. And maybe it's because I haven't really been out as much today, where I'm just willing to socialize more on here, or I'm just kind of realizing that I always have this outlet here for me. No matter what happens in my daily life, I've always got this community to rely on. And I think that's really comforting. So yes, I thank heaven for the internet. I know that I talk bad about it, but it's just because I get frustrated with my own insecurities about not fulfilling my goals to speak to people. That one was crunchy. That was like really satisfying. But I even told somebody earlier this day that I was talking to at the cafeteria that I normally judge a good day of mine based off how many interactions I have with other people. And I used to get really caught up in my head when I was in middle school not middle school, it was actually in high school. I got caught up in that, and just a whole thought process where I remember I was dealing with a lot of mental issues at the time, and everybody deals with them, so that's why I don't like pity or anything like that in that regard, because everybody has their own issues. I hate pity, and I would never pity anyone. But I did not feel good about myself, and I wasn't doing excuse me, sorry. I wasn't doing things to make sure I would feel good about myself by the end of my day. I remember just plugging in my earbuds and shutting out each day from anyone, my family, which I won't go into depth about that, but I did that socially too. Going to classes, I wasn't even focusing on material, and basically just, well, everybody says this line, but I was going through motions, just the motions. And now I'm in a place where I have created a safe space for me where I can talk to myself or whoever may be listening anytime I would like to. I think that's actually really beautiful because a lot of these videos are like therapy sessions to me. I also think that anybody could benefit from therapy in general, or maybe it doesn't need to be necessarily counseling with somebody. And I actually saw somebody on my videos yesterday say this comment, and it was about taking alone time to yourself. And alone time to yourself, actually, it does scare me because I'm just very social to the point where I don't feel like I know my worth as a person, and I know that I'm confident in that. I think I'm a good looking guy for sure. And what's kind of weird about that is even when you know your worth, it doesn't mean you don't get in screwed up situations or people are going to treat you how you feel you should be treated all the time. And who knows, maybe the way I think I should be treated doesn't reflect what society thinks either. And I'm not saying, see, also I just really peeled off all the skin of like that twig. That was really straight. And I got out like all the knots too. But I'm not saying that life is throwing me in the worst way. I just think that if people aren't treating you how you deserve in any way, you have to realize there is lots of people out in the world. And there's lots of good people, and there are bad people in the world. I absolutely think that's true. And what's nice about some people when they're super extroverted is you get to pick and choose your friends and the people you surround yourself with. And some people don't think that they're really, or they don't think much of themselves, or they've gotten in spots where they think that they can't get any better people than their friends that they have currently, so they just stick up with whatever their friends do and say and how they act. And sometimes they go along with that for peer pressure, and it ends up taking an impact on somebody's life. And it's scary because you do care about some people too, and sometimes you decide to let putting some others drag you down over the possibility of losing some people in your life. I don't know if I've necessarily been there, Well, I'm thinking about my high school when I'm talking about that, but I think I have been there, and a lot of people have. Whew. I'm curious if it's still. Oh, it's still going. 15 minutes too. See, even just coming out here and listening to leaves and the wind and the crickets, that can be calming enough just to soothe you out. Even if you're going through those things, I think anybody should just take time to sit by themselves and realize what's going on in their life and how they can get into better circumstances, or what they're falling on. And I think it's funny because when I first started the channel, I was telling people not to watch my channel, and it's kind of counterintuitive, and I'm probably not going to say that, or who knows what I'll say, but I think whatever you watch or whatever you're putting your times towards, just make sure that it is benefiting you in some way. And hopefully, I'd like to say that I'm trying to benefit you guys in your mental awareness. And that's my goal with this channel. And when I talk about this stuff, it's certain subjects that interest me, or it doesn't have to be something that applies to me. If anybody asks me, I'll talk about my thoughts on, well, I'm open to a lot of things. I wonder if there's anything I won't talk about. Who knows? We'll have to figure it out. You want to know what I like? I like being so comfortable with people where you just don't mind silence too. Sometimes when things just get really quiet, I like to take a moment and stop and just take a deep breath. It's like a little mental reset for me. And I don't think people get so caught up in needing talking to make themselves feel secure, and I've been like that too. And I think it's a good point to get to where the people you hang around and the people you always talk to, you only talk to when you want to. And then you're just enjoying life in every moment. I think that's beautiful. Okay. Ooh. I'm surprised it actually looks so crisp on here when I got rid of all the rough edges. So delicate. I'm always just fiddling and doing something with my hands though. Like, I'll even pace around while I'm thinking, and I don't even know if it's an anxious thing or exactly what, but it does help me think, and I do that very often. I didn't think it was that. I think when I talked about it, think it was... I thought it was just me needing to sometimes be constantly moving. It's weird, like the way I interact when I'm with my friends is I am very talkative, or I am not at all. Sometimes I just like to go quiet and enjoy the feeling of where I'm at or the people I'm around. I'll do that sometimes, and I'll go quiet for like lengthy periods of time. I might go quiet after this video, or I might start bolting out some Suicide Boys songs and blasting them with my voice, because all I have is my phone right here. The only thing louder than that is my voice. This is one of my favorite videos though so far. It is. I hope some people see what I'm saying, even if you don't get all of it. Okay. I'm going to go take some time to be mentally aware. I love you guys. And try to be in the moment as often as you can. We have around 280,000 days in our life. And I was speaking about that earlier. We were estimating it. And that's how many second chances we get. Every day, if you improve by 1%, I can improve by probably around 200,000% by the end of my life. I can be a better me. That's beautiful.